I feel like it's really hard to use in team fights here because getting the backline is not going to be easy and not necessarily going to be safe either to do. Leona Ezreal is also a very strong lane. You know, it's very punishing if you get caught. Now, Raptors down here.
Yeah, nice little dive set up here, although Kellen is going to get extremely low. First blood goes over, and Raptor as well is just dead. It's 2 kills given over to DRX in a failed dive. And so not a lot of damage goes in onto that Leona.
Yeah, and it's not really a big deal for BNK because Diablo's landing into an Ambessa down here and doesn't care and don't really lose anything from this. It's not like Teddy's going to be like, aha, now plate gold. So that didn't really work out. Definitely a missed opportunity, it feels like, for sure. And over here, Rich is just getting what he can.
It was a nice dodge, yes, but also he wasn't moving all that much. Diablo gonna get hit by the ult here, and now he's in a lot of trouble as he does not seem to have his arcane shift. Actually winning the trade now. As I say that, Flash comes in, still had barrier, as I got baited, and so did Rich. Yeah, it's a nice little trade for Diablo, down a level.
Yeah, down a level, doesn't have his ultimate.
We'll see if it actually works out. We've already seen one dive kind of struggle. The Dominus is already here.
Does a lot of damage.
Zyra does, but already a miss on the roots. A bit of damage coming out from the plants, and they've really chunked him down. Another dive happening in the bottom lane. So I thought that dive would be a lot easier. The follow-up dive here is clean from the side of DRX, so in fact you can dive the Renekton if you're given enough time.
Yeah.
And they take him out, and guess who lives? It's Rich.
It doesn't even need to use his ult in this situation, so feeling pretty good. As Raptor is pretty low from that last skirmish, is going to start this dragon up, and Vikla will TP, so it should be able to get this, but yeah, I think BNK looking a little bit lost in that last fight. Sponge not hesitating at all to look for the engage with the setup he already had. And you're starting to see big advantages stack up across the lanes outside of topside.
What are we watching?
Supportal combat!
Kellen, where are you going? I mean, he's stopping his back, I guess. But if you give him enough time, I mean, we're even seeing a Magnet Storm here. Oh, Angle got him, I guess. And now baited, I suppose. Okay, that was really strange. Teddy is going to kill Kellen.
But Sponge is fine on farm, but making a much bigger impact in this game, although right now, maybe not.
Yeah, he doesn't have any flash or teammates or anything, and Clear's just going to pick up a nice kill. That's some value for your teleport.
Full level of Prio, sitting on a 200 gold lead.
Well, we got UCal in a lot of trouble here, and he's going to elect not to flash. Definitely the right choice, especially with also Kellen making his way up there. There's just no way you're getting out alive. So another pick to BNK.
Yeah, Prio that Teddy holds in the mid lane is really so valuable right now. You can see Vikla on the top lane has that big wave of minions going through, but I think DRX would be happy to drop them to get this Herald. See if that collapses, if you can find a good target here on this Ahri.
Well, gonna miss the solar flare, but the charm's gonna land. Nice dodge on the root as well. Clear is in that back line amongst 5 of them, and the damage comes through. They just take him out. The MF ult is going to do a lot of damage there as well, but it's already 4v3 in favor of BNK, and Teddy's got to flash away. Raptor looking for some more as the resets coming through for the Viego and the Ahri.
Yeah, the solo laners here for DRX trying to keep BNK interested so they can't actually take the Herald. So while he won't be able to deal with the misfortune and the wave push, he is not going to die in this scenario and will be able to hold the turret. I want to watch that again because I'm not sure. Where was Ond?
Yeah.
Any value Magnet Storm?
Okay, well, Kellen just died.
Yeah.
In live. Not sure how that happened.
He has died a few times this game in unusual circumstances, but we might get a replay of it to figure out a little bit more, but it looks like he was just trying to clear vision towards this dragon, ended up getting caught. Feats of strength to DRX after that play. One other thing I wanted to point out in that fight too is even though BNK ended up having
Viego, Ahri, really obvious ones, but even the bottom lane as well. Gonna have an ult in here and gonna chase him down this very long lane. Clear has flash and Dominus, and he just doesn't want any of it. He doesn't have any vision. He doesn't want to take the risk.
Play Leona, sometimes you feel immortal. At Aftershock, you have Eclipse.
Yeah.
You're sitting on Merc Treads, you're like, you can't even hold me in place very long. As well, top laners just take turns killing turrets.
Oh, we got a TP coming in. They want to punish Rich here, but Rich is Ambessa with Flash. Gonna get over this wall. Clear says, well, I guess we'll just trade Flash for your teleport, Vikla.
Everyone but Vikla has it.
Uh-oh. Hide on Bush. And guess who's up here as well? No objective just yet, but we got TPs coming in. But guess what? It's already 2v1. So your TP, Rich, it's not going to amount to all too much. He's just going to have to run away, as now Raptor is Corky chasing after the flashless Ambessa, and the rest of the team is coming up here as well. They don't even need them, as the Heartbreaker does come out. Raptor gets a big shutdown. This Viego is pretty gigantic right now. Flash Charm right on top of Sponge, but he will be punished for it. Vikla does get locked down by Ondil, but now with the resets coming through with the Viego and the Renekton and the Ezreal, this is what this comp loves to do, is just chase you down, get more resets, and have a very scrappy fight. DRX not able to find the team fight they were looking for.
In the top lane is just not what they expected. You know, they expected it was going to be more dragon focused. Yucal can TP in, so he's just going to hold it up there. Even to a lesser extent, Viego. As Vikla's on a flank here.
Oh man. This is what the Ezreal does from ahead, and now that flank you mentioned is gigantic. They try to go in on it onto Viego once again. It's just not lighting up for Ondil. He just keeps going in on Viego and getting punished. 4 kills happen in the blink of an eye. BNK, they can take Baron now.
Yeah, 100%, and Yucal's down flash. You know, there's just no way he's going to get out of that. I think it was a really nice setup, that lead against Gen G. I think they will close it out. Like, they're playing so well.
I mean, Raptor incredibly strong here. He's just baiting them into fights. Like, this area is controlled by BNK. DRX have no business being around there and trying to turn that one onto the Viego that's got 6 kills. And so they will be punished once again. The Ripple Baron power play is on.
1,000 lead, and now he's got a shield.
Yeah, the shield bow, right?
Yeah, shield bow, sorry. I think I said Bloodthirster. He's got the shield
They're
bow.
both red.
Yeah.
They kind of, you know, stick out. They got like the white in the middle. It makes sense. Yeah, Sponge might just be dead here. I'm not sure about the follow-up, though. The Flash Charm not going to land this time. And as well, you can tell he's playing out this Ezreal aggressively, baiting them into bad spots. Arcane shifting forward when he knows the timing is right. I feel like BNK don't necessarily have to do this, but the scrappier the better, I suppose, for their comp. And trying to catch out Rich. But DRX are going to reclaim this Tri-Brush. Ondil, though, level 9. As here comes Kellen, he's going to engage straight onto Teddy, not going to follow up there. Vikla does get isolated. Kellen is going down. This is a very messy fight for the Cloud Soul. Still taken by BNK. In goes Vikla once again. Look at the damage from the True Shot Barrage. But no follow-up here for Clear. As a massive Q comes in. He locks 2 of them down. And just baited by the Fed Renekton once again. Okay, well that was kind of sad, but it's okay. You already did your job, and Diablo will clean up from here.
He just saved the fight for them,
yeah.
100% on his own. It was a lost fight if he doesn't make those plays, if he doesn't get those kills. Position to close this one out now.
He baited out the Ondil ult, I guess. Because Ondil, you know, we talked about the wobble combo potential of this comp. I have only seen single-man Magnet Storms the entire game.
And against Teddy, it's making a very large impact.
Hasn't been much of a contest between the two of them.
No.
Actually, Diablo's just been winning every game so far. Ondil gonna go in. He is gonna catch a Ezreal, but that's not a real target. And Ondil will be going down. Teddy also pretty low. In they both go though, stacking on top of each other into the Zyra. But I think the wallets are heavy enough that they can just press their buttons, go all in, and end the game. As Rich, just pulled out of his ult. Not going to land it, and that will be the end of this one. BNK, very clean performance, and DRX, they're going to have to figure out what happened today.
Yeah, this was not the same performance from them that I saw against T1, where they pushed T1, to a pretty uncomfortable position. They did end up losing both of those games, but looked really good. I think definitely some of the hype for DRX deflating after this one, but I gotta say, it was a clean series from BNK, start to finish.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.